Thanks for staying with us. We're going to start with the nation. August 1 planned protest similar to #EndSARS governors warn. Livestock Reforms Panel report on farmer-herder conflict ready in 2 weeks. Sanwo-Olu seeks more investment in IT, healthcare and transportation. Edun 2024 budget will be fully implemented. Labour Party accuses its elected members of being behind crisis. Most wanted Lagos drug baron nabbed after gun duel. Southeast Development Commission excites Ohaneze and governors. Trial of 300 terrorism suspects resumes. Okay, which story?
There was an outpouring of gratitude by Igbo leaders yesterday over the signing into law of the Southeast Development Commission Establishment Bill. We're excited about this one. This is believed that it will address the marginalization concerns in the region. House of Representatives Deputy Speaker Benjamin Kalu, Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma, and Ohaneze Ndigbo worldwide said the president has done what his predecessors had failed to do over the years. Kalu noted that with the development, President Tinubu has successfully addressed the perceived post-Civil War neglect of the region. The Deputy Speaker also, who sponsored the bill, told reporters that for about 54 years after the Civil War, no administration could actualize the post-Civil War rehabilitation, reconstruction, and reconciliation policy. This bill has been pushed 3 times in the House, and finally, it was passed during President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's regime. He also emphasized on the fact that the PDP government in the past years could not do this and establish this. So they are so happy that this was done. The Commission will receive and manage funds from the allocation of the Federation account for the reconstruction and rehabilitation of roads, houses, other infrastructural damages suffered by the zone as a result of the Civil War. It will also tackle ecological problems and other related environmental or developmental challenges in the southeast states, including Abia, Imo, Enugu, Anambra, and Ebonyi. This particular bill failed to be passed into by the 8th and 9th National Assembly, and we're happy that it's been done.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's story.
Yeah, I got the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA. They have arrested the head of the Mushin Lagos drug cartel, Alhaji Suleiman Jimo, alias Olowo Idiogede. He is popularly known as Temo, and he's 57 years old. If you read this report, it was like a movie, like all those Mexican drug cartel movies. So he's well known, and he has evaded arrest for over 2 years. You know, NDLEA has been trying to get in touch with him. They said they had missed several seizures that had been, you know, that are associated with him. They said some of the seizures include this 14,524.8 kilograms of Ghana loud that was, you know, seized. It was smuggled from Ghana. It was smuggled into Lagos from Ghana. And then there was a J5 bus. This drug was in 2 trucks and a J5 bus. It was intercepted at Obio, but this happened 28th of January. And many other times, there was another substance over 8,852 kilograms also at Eleko Beach, all you know, associated with him. So they talked about this particular day that they got him. NDLEA officials, you know, got into his enclave. He got into a Mercedes-Benz trying to escape. His people actually got in a gun duel with operatives, NDLEA operatives. Thankfully, they gave into what NDLEA described as superior power, and he was arrested. And this is a big deal. He's a huge...
Don't arrest him. They know what to do.
He's a huge... Well, they will do their part, and then constitutions do, you know, the rest. Judiciary, I mean. Yeah. So the NDLEA boss, too, is really happy about it. He says he's most happy that, you know, there were no casualties involved, and he was gotten right there in his, you know, domain. And a message to all the others that are still in the business: the NDLEA will not relent, and they will get you eventually.
Okay, so
all right.
The major headline, of course, addressing the August 1st promised protest that is, you know, being planned nationwide. The governors, each state governors, according to the nation, starting from Governor Abiodun of Ogun State, the governor of Ondo State, Lucky Aiyedatiwa, that of Bayelsa State, they all spoke at different occasions. Also, the Southeast governors spoke in one voice through their chairperson, who is the governor of Imo State, Uzodinma. and they all spoke against this planned protest, saying that they will not allow it in their various domains, that there's no room for the kind of chaos and havoc that was wreaked around the country during the 2020 NSAS protest, and that that should not be allowed. Also, the IG had used the opportunity just some days back, which was also captured in this report, to warn that the police will try as much as possible to prevent any of such protests. But in the entire thing, they admitted that they acknowledge the freedom of protest, but it must be peaceful. Yeah. It must be just, the peaceful protest, and there's no room for hijacking. I'm taking this story particularly because the Oba of Benin, the Amaewhule II, joined voices with them to say, give more time to the president to actualize, or before we cancel completely his policies, to see how it works. Also calling for peace and saying that there should be no such protest. And I saw that online people were coming for the Oba as if, when the elders sit down, they should allow such protests. We must admit that even though there were grounds for the NSAS at the time, there were those who took advantage of it and broke and stole and killed and caused mayhem. And we should not allow Nigeria get to that point again. I said it yesterday, I'm still saying that's my personal opinion. We should not allow that kind of chaos happen again, where people take advantage of it and rickshaws. A group of people from Kaduna were saying they lost money. And we saw what happened at the Bode Thomas end of town, how people's investments were taken. So we should try and do what we do.
So for those of us who are really looking forward to the end of the farmer-header clashes, so Professor Hatahiru Jega, who is the chairman of the Livestock Reform Committee, will be submitting a report to the president in 2 weeks. He's quite confident that this report actually will provide a lasting solution to the lingering conflicts between farmers and herders. He also said that the report would add tremendous value to the livestock sector and mitigate associated crises. So I'm looking forward to that, because this has been a major issue. Even on the phone yesterday, our callers did call in that we're having issues with farmers running away from the farms because of these insecurities. So whatever plans he has for that, we'll be looking forward to see it. Okay, the Punch. Very quickly, Governor's minister meet today to stop hunger protest. Mayhem as Fubara Wike supporters clash in rivers. Dangote local refineries to end fuel importation. FG scholars decry 56% allowance cut, fear expulsion. Picture story here. Pilot hospitalized as plane crashes and kills 18 in Nepal. Foreign education forex allocation tumbles to 83%. Residents groan over Lagos Air Force Base blackout. And Oyo plans fresh selection process for Alaafin. Okay.
Let me take a short one. So this is in Rivers State, Port Harcourt. They said, sadly, there was a crash that led to a baby being tear gassed and is unconscious right now. This happened on Wednesday. So they said that there was a health outreach that was taking place in, how did they pronounce it? Sorry, I missed it here. Ariolu Health Center. And it happened close to the house of the Speaker of the state House of Assembly, and he's known to be a Wike loyalist and had come in to find out what was happening. And then those who were at the outreach, especially those who were also who were described as being loyalists to Fubara, tried to stop these people from gaining access into the outreach. And before you knew it, there were raised voices, and then they were throwing stones at each other. And then, of course, anti-riot police arrived a few moments later, firing tear gas into the air. Of course, everyone dispersed, and unfortunately, a poor child was caught in the middle of this. I do hope that this child, gets better from this. But obviously, we see some things don't need to happen the way we respond.